Now then, people, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you're all doing well. We're here with another Leeds United transfer vid. As you know, I haven't been sticking myself to a strict schedule up until this point, and will continue to do just that. However, the Joel Piroe to West Ham chat and talks looks to have serious validity to it. It was mentioned yesterday briefly, and then TalkSport have picked it up. And if I'm honest, one of the most reputable West Ham sources in terms of ITK from a West Ham fan perspective. I suppose you could argue, you know, there'd be certain individuals on message boards on Leeds Twitter that a lot of us fans will look to, or whack or whatever, and say this person's bang on the money majority of the time, so we're going to go with that. And West Ham _Central, an ex-West Ham employee Twitter account, said they're like top tier news sources, if you like, are reporting that a deal to sign Joel Piroe will advance today. Looks like he's going to be, going to Leeds United. Yes, Leeds United wanted 16 million. That they were the report, 16 million plus. But that looks like it's going to be a loan with a view to a permanent. And we'll get into the particulars of the deal. But West Ham Central, an ex-West Ham employee is the one. Ex-West Ham employee is the one on the money. Big up DLR. Yeah, no worries, my brother. Yeah, man, you came to the kindness calf, brilliant calf, great food. Not to mention coffee was top notch as well. I gave you a nice little discount here as well, didn't I, bro? Nice little 50% discount for the boy. Big up, brother. Hey, Joe, good to see you back. How's Leeds looking ahead of game week 1? We're going to win. We're going to beat Forest. We're looking very good. I would argue we have had at least top 3 transfer windows in the Premier League. What are people's thoughts? Who's had better? Arsenal have had a good window. Leeds? I don't know. Who else has had a great window? Let me pull up the table because I don't think many have had good windows. Spurs win the window. Spurs win the window. Tonali, Fernandes. Spurs, Arsenal, us. I don't think many have had better. If I'm being honest, that's obviously I might be biased, and a lot of top 6 clubs will argue, will not even bring Leeds into their thought process. But I think for me, we've had top 3 window. Who's at worst? Newcastle, Hull City. Now Villa have had a good window, haven't they? Forest have had a good window, yeah. I wouldn't say we've had the good of a window, but Zolis looking a banging and happy with Bruno G. I think Arsenal have had a good window, to be honest, mate. I think you are front and centre. I think you'll run away with the league. I don't even think there's many close to it. Yeah, Newcastle have had a terrible window, haven't they? It's not looking good, bruv. Yeah, it's been class, hasn't it, Phil? Yeah, you're right. Listen, we'll have a look. What we're going to do is we'll talk about Elvedi briefly. Elvedi's medical's happening as we speak. So that's going to be probably ratified maybe this evening or tomorrow. Piroe to West Ham, we'll talk about them. Bornauw, Hamburg, again, much like Elvedi, he's having his medical today, I believe, according to Florian Plettenberg. Perri Ramazani chat still as well. What do Leeds still need? And then obviously we'll have a look at the weekend and pre-season being done now, and we'll go from there, really. Get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Please do smash me a like on the video. It's greatly appreciated. And hype it. We've had a super chat coming from Legal Gold up that says, Joffy gone, Piroe gone. Does that mean a striker is coming? I think we need one. Ideally, in an ideal scenario, Jan Fleming will come in before window closes. I've seen a lot of fans mention this. I don't even know if there's any credible links to it. You'll have to tell me, folks, if indeed there is. But is there anyone worth talking about from a link perspective that says that that's going to happen? I've not seen it, but then again, I haven't been as tapped in as I normally would. Joel Piroe, no Parrott. Yeah, Troy Parrott obviously leading the line for West Ham at the minute. And I think Nuno said, listen, I need a striker. I want a striker. And it looks like they've gone out and got their man, and that man is Joel Piroe. But let's get stuck into it then. Elvedi undergoing his Leeds medical today. That's going to happen. If West Ham go for Piroe, they're mugs. I don't know why you would say that. Can you explain your reasoning behind that? Just because you want him to leave, I think that's crazy, and I'll tell you why. Because in his last season in the Championship, he scored, 30 odd goals, was it? During his time at Leeds United, he scored 32 goals. Swansea City, he scored 41. That's nearly 100 goals in the Championship. They're not mugs. He will score goals in the Championship. Just to have a look at his record, right? So 24, 25. Yeah, it's disrespectful, and this is what I didn't want for Joel Piroe, just because people want him to leave. You know, I'm sick of God, I don't want to see him in a Leeds shirt again and all that sort of stuff. Look at his record in the Championship. 22 goals first season, 19 second season. Then he moved to Leeds United and got 13. Then he got 19. He's not a mug. You could argue maybe he's stuck in the bracket of a Dwight Gale Championship striker, that kind of vibe. But let's not say they're mugs. And I think that does a disservice to Joel Piroe, who for the time period he was with us was a great servant. And I think Joel Piroe, Bowen, Tati, all these players laughing. He will score again 20 plus goals for me in that West Ham side. I would argue he probably scores more than he did than when he was at Leeds United. So exactly, that's a great shout. Piroe did exactly what we signed him for. Bowen assist, Piroe goal 7 days a week and twice on a Sunday. Exactly, Marcus. That's what I mean. I think it's a little bit short-sighted to say. For me, but Louis, they already have that in some players like Bowen, like Tati Castellanos. They need to get out of the division. They need a striker that gets them out of the division. He's that. They're not mugs. Maybe if they were paying close to 16 million, yeah, but they're taking him on loan with a view to a perm, and I reckon that perm will be locked in somehow that says if you get promoted, this is what you're going to get. Do you know what I mean? You have to take him. But new information on the Elvedi situation, that the medical's happening. Florian Plettenberg reported around midday that Elvedi is currently undergoing his Leeds United medical. Expect that to be announced later on this evening. The move will be completed and the fee is agreed at roughly around about 8.5 million. Elvedi is a Leeds United player. He's undergoing his medical. The deal is agreed. We're now basically waiting for the official announcement. Happy days. Spoke about it yesterday. 4 solid centre-backs at the football club that can help us push towards the top end of the table. So happy days for that. Does he start at Forest? No. Will he be back up? I'd argue. Could he potentially compete with the centre-backs we've already got for a starting spot? Yes, I do think he can. But I think the lineup's pretty locked in. It'll be Rodon, it'll be Bijol and Muharemovic, and that'll be a solid back three, I think, until, of course, we have any injuries or Elvedi gets a chance. Maybe we'll see Elvedi against Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup. Now, that's Elvedi. That should be announced later on. Piroe, West Ham, it's getting serious. Spoke about it yesterday. Didn't give it much validity, but then TalkSport picked it up today. Their reporters, if you like, the likes of Ben Jacobs, Alex Crooks, they are pretty on the money at times, so it will be coming from them. And yeah, so Dutch outlet, Voltball International, Big up Vega, nice to see you. Voltball International have said that Piroe is close to joining West Ham. Advanced talks taking place between the clubs. Talk Sport independently reports that West Ham are considering Piroe after encountering difficulty over Troy Parrott. West Ham Way, an ex-West Ham United employee, are additionally saying negotiations are expected to advance today, potentially towards a loan with an obligation to buy. So it looks like Joel Piroe will become a West Ham player. It's not done yet, but they're now in advanced talks with Leeds over Piroe. AJ Football Fan says, what kind of fee? There isn't. I believe it's a loan. No worries, Phil. Thank you, Joel, for the promotion and wish you all the best whenever you end up. Exactly, that's what I mean. I've got nothing but love for him. So Piroe goes there, and I guarantee he scores. I'm going to say it now. He scores 20 goals plus in that West Ham side for me. I think he's a shoo-in to get top scorer at West Ham. So, yeah, it's loan with an obligation. Loan with an obligation. What figure must that obligation be for you to accept it? It's got to be close to 15, isn't it? There you go. Samster says there, loan obligation if they get promoted at 15 million. There you go, which I fully expect them to get promoted as well, especially with Nuno in charge. We know from the Athletic piece, from the agent, Leeds United originally wanted around about 16 million plus bonuses. And remember I said yesterday, whatever happens, Piroe won't be a Leeds United player. He will not be a Leeds United player come the end of the window just because of the stuff that's being said by his agent, by the club, by the manager. He won't be. And maybe the agent coming out and said what he said of like, you're pricing us out of a deal and stuff. We don't know. I'd imagine West Ham had already inquired about Piroe. But maybe, that pushed it along a little bit further because within less than 24 hours, we get ratified, stamped, genuine transfer links West Ham for Piroe. Do you have a hair tattoo? Yes, I do. I won't hide from that shit. I know not many can really tell until I'll say to them, oh, it's a tattoo. Looks good though, doesn't it? I like it. Gives my face a bit more of a structure. Wages off the books too, probably a loan fee. Yeah, I'd imagine there'll be some sort of fee that comes our way as well. And, I think ingoings, outgoings, Leeds United have had a great window, getting a fee for Gelhardt, bringing in Elvedi, getting rid of Bornauw, getting rid of Piroe, getting rid of, Perri eventually. It's good. And it shows Leeds United what I'm really grateful for, and I don't know how you see it. I think under the previous regime, and I know that's a while now, but under the previous regime, we held on to players that were done. You could argue, and I loved them, but we held on to Bamford for too long. We definitely held on to players like Llorente. Remember when we gave that contract to Llorente? That was mental. I got cooked for calling that out, but it was mental. What I'll say about this current regime, if the player hasn't worked, they will move them on. If the manager doesn't want them, they will move them on. And it's great because it makes for a great working, well-oiled footballing machine. That's what Leeds United are at this moment in time, and the only way is up. And I'm really happy under this stewardship. Whereas previously, how many times we'd be like, why we still got him and why? And yeah, like Ricky says, we're cleaning out our closet, man. And we're not just leaving it empty and bare. What we're doing is and bringing in players. I've just seen that the obligation is dependent on the number of games instead of promotion. 10 times better, man, if true. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I haven't seen that, mate, but I believe what you say, Matty. And, again, he's not going to be with us. Odegaard sitting Donnarumma on his ass was class. Said no, they didn't sell the wrong keeper. Let's not do that. Odegaard looked on flames yesterday, didn't he? Back to his best. He's had a few quiet seasons. I think a lot of that's been to the style of play. Maybe we're going to see a new look Arsenal. He's got some more strings to his bow. I think Arsenal are streets ahead the rest. I can't see anyone getting close to them. They're difficult to beat. They're difficult to score against, and they look like they're going to be on flames in the attacking third as well. So, yeah, I just don't see past Arsenal. Maybe they'll do a clean sweep, get Champions League this time. I don't mind Arsenal, as you know, as I tell you all the time. So, loan with an obligation to buy for Piroe, around about 15 million. Happy days, you know. All players coming in this window are upgrades on the players we have sold, says Michael. Hey, 100% we are, bro. 100%. I said it yesterday on a video. It's great to see. Honestly, I'm so happy with the football club. Is Aronson getting a new deal? I believe Aronson, I believe Rodon, I believe Bogle. So they should. They all deserve them. And they all deserve a wage increase as well. Definitely. Zach Drummond on Aronson says, speaking of on flames, how about Brenda this season? I think he gets the nod against Forest. I wonder if he keeps it up, how long he can stay in the 11 over Okafor. Yeah, I think he gets the nod on the weekend. Okafor will come in as soon as he's fit enough to play longer than, 45 minutes. But Aronson, he's not a bad player. Yeah, he's the American boy, isn't he? I'm happy for him. Genuinely. I'm buzzing for him. And he deserves a new deal. And I think we've all now come round to the idea that actually he's not a bad player. Farke should be given a new deal. Agreed, of course. I think he will get one as well. So deservedly so. I think he will get one. So, yeah, I'd rather Brendan on the left than DJ. No way Aronson should be getting a new deal. No way. Well, Gabbage, you don't like him, no, do you? But yes, of course he should. The Medford Messer. What, you just think he should leave on a free? He goes into the final year of his deal. You'd be happy for him to just leave on a free? Brendan Aronson is the archetypal squad player. Leao is not coming to Leeds United. Forget about that. Some players come out of the gates firing when they're young. They fall off mid-20s. Others slowly grow into it and get better as they age up. Brendy is the latter. Aronson always at his best early season. It's the back that he fades we need to worry about by season, and he's run himself into the ground. How long will he give Farke a new contract? 3 year, 4 year, probably. That'll happen, won't it? That'll happen. And deservedly so, he deserves it. So do the players that will get them. This ownership won't give them out like sweets and won't, be doing deals like what happened with fucking Diego Llorente, for example, will they? Do you know what I mean? Even as a non-Aronson fan, I see him as an important squad player off the bench. 100%. Yeah. I think in any game, he can come on and impact it. Maybe even just from a pressing perspective. See, it's not just me saying it. Not everyone think Brendan is where I haven't seen anyone else say it other than you, mate. In my comments, unless I've missed it. Yeah, the FPL league should just naturally saw your best mate Joe Tiff say we're getting Jack. Yeah, it were mental, wasn't it? Yeah, he's probably our most impactful player. That's from Louis, and I think he's bang on the money. Can't see James getting too many injuries. No, James will stay. But I don't think we'll look to move on from these players eventually. That James will stay and be a squad player, but it's like maybe the season after we start to move on, A player that is moving on, much like Elvedi, completing medical. Bornauw is going to be going to Hamburg. No dramatic, reversal here. Sky Germany reporting Leeds have agreed a loan with an option to buy, reportedly worth around about 4 or 5 million. His medical scheduled today, so we'll say goodbye to Bornauw, but hello to Elvedi. Bornauw out, Elvedi in, happy days. And it feels directly, into that clip that I made actually last night about Leeds having lost 2 centre-backs. They've actually raised both the floor and the ceiling of the defence with them deals done. Everyone who's come in has improved the 11. I saw a lovely, great tweet about not many teams, unlike maybe Spurs, have improved their first 11 with every signing that they've made. And we have done that. We've lost Strout to Brighton, who were pushing for Europe. You could argue they really should have been going for Muharemovic, and we keep Strout. But, we've had a bit of a steal there, really. James Trafford, he'll be England's number 1 in the Euros. People laughed at the price. You watch after this season with the amount of saves he will make. He will save us points. He will keep us clean sheets. He is exceptional. Happy days. Yeah, Joseph Ramazani, we'll touch on that towards the end. But yeah, I don't think there's many teams in the league that have improved the window or improved the first 11 as much as Leeds United with the deals they've done. And also the exits as well, you know. It's great. It's been great to see Farke 3-year option. 3-year. I want to see some more links to some attacking options. Only links as now Alao and Paixão, and we won't be getting either of them. Yeah, agreed. Pie in the sky then. Guys, I haven't seen any of the friendlies. Did we stick with the free throughout? We did. Aronson is a great player to have. He's great, yeah. And he's never going to be knocking on the manager's door, is he, saying, I want to leave. Do you know what I mean? I think he's had quite the turnaround. Quite the turnaround from leaving Leeds to Union Berlin and then coming back. And he's had quite the turnaround. And I don't think you'll get many that will be unhappy that he gets given a new deal. So, happy days. Let's talk about Perri. This one seems to be rumbling on again. No links to Marseille anymore. I think that was genuinely like just trying to make a story out of the pie. I'll tell you another story. Things may have changed, but Ekrem Corner's saying we're after Max Aarons. Ekrem Corner chats shit. Ekrem Corner is full of bull. That is my opinion and my interactions with him. I would not take anything he says with any sort of validity. I'd take everything with a pinch of salt. I don't see us going after Max Aarons. 4 seasons too late. But that's that. Perri, another exit could be coming. The reason I spoke about that is obviously Perri to Marseille were linked because of the Paixão stuff. But it looks like Perri is going to be going to Italy. Don't want to oversell it, you know, because it's a little bit murky. But The Guardian, who did get Joffe and did get Elvedi correct before many, you know, they were the ones that reported it first from what I could see. And now, again, running with the story in their transfer roundup that says Lucas Perri, Torino, as a loan alongside the Elvedi Bornauw developments. That was what they've said today on their transfer roundup. So that, I believe, makes sense. Lucas Perri, Torino. The Leeds Press, which is an aggregator site, that could, but he's not got to Marseille for me. He's going to leave, and I think it'll be Torino that he does go to. We're just waiting for firmer confirmation on where and on what terms. Not a big chunk on that. Perri will leave. What happens with the goalkeeper? I'm not too sure. We need to bring one in, don't we? We don't want to be just running with Alex Cairns as backup. But in terms of if someone's just said they've just arrived. It was Mike said just arrived late. Any mileage of Tatty coming to us from the Hammers? Could it be? No, I don't think there's any mileage in that, mate. I think not that I've seen. I may be wrong, but just to give you a sort of, you know, a roundup. Elvedi done medical today. Bornauw goes. Perri potentially goes. Piroe could go to West Ham. I think by this evening we'll have some real solid stuff on Joel Piroe. Ramazani still unresolved. I believe Valencia still want him, but Leeds still want a permanent move. That hasn't really moved. We're not just going to facilitate the move that he wants. I think we want some cash or some guarantees. That's where we're at with that. In terms of Piroe, folks, like if Piroe does leave, or when he does leave, which I think he will, do we have to sign another attacker at that point? Do we have to sign another attacker at that point? I think we do, right? You know, we need a backup left back. We need a backup goalie. We need a left winger. But I think we need a left winger and a striker, don't we? We need 4 more, ideally. Now, yeah, could Okafor go in there? Yeah. Could James go in there? Yeah, but it's not the same as Metro or DCL. So ideally, we need another striker. We need another striker. We need a left winger. We need a backup left back and a backup goalie. Give me Fleming. A lot of people have mentioned that. I mean, he did well. He did well in his time with Burnley. He definitely did well in his time with Burnley. Has there been any genuine links to Fleming to Leeds United? Because a few of you have mentioned it. I'm just going to have a look. Willie could cover. Yeah, potentially. Leeds are reportedly eyeing a move for Burnley attacking midfielders. Fleming. It's wanted by Coventry. Coventry and Brentford. What's this? Fleming is decent, but goal scoring isn't massively important right now. Mitch could outscore DCL. Doesn't mean he deserves to start over in. That's from Ethan. Just having a look on Twitter just to see. Who was this? So apparently we're rivaling Everton for Liam Delap and Leeds for Jan Fleming. Jan Fleming is expected to leave Turf Moor, Ipswich and Coventry and monitoring, while Everton and Leeds have also approached. That's from Ekram Corner, though. He's full of shit. Sorry, Ekram. Does anyone know when Elvedi will be announced? I suspect this evening, mate. Oh, right. That's where it's coming from. Paul says Fleming is because another creator is banging the drum because of that. Don't want him. Right, yeah. Okay, that's where it's coming from then. We'll have a look, though. Is there any truth to Fleming to Leeds United? I think we'll see Leeds move on a striker when Piroe leaves. Yeah, definitely. I think so. Number 2 goalkeeper, striker who can do similar things to DCL. Left back, cover left wing. Fleming would cost 20 million. Yeah, I wouldn't pay that for him. There is some truth to Fleming to Leeds, but I wouldn't present. The underlying link isn't brand new. Leeds have been reported as monitoring Fleming during this window, looking for roughly 20 million. I don't want to pay 20 million. And the places where these reports are coming from, right, folks, are, and it sort of gives you the kind of shit we're dealing with, right? So I'm going to tell you where these are coming from. So you've got the Hounslow Herald is one report. That was on the 17th of July, the Hounslow Herald. Yahoo Sports UK, that was on the 16th of August, and that was actually Paul Merson's shocked that Leeds should get him. Now, how them sites worked, having done them before, what happens is they sit down Paul Merson and they pay him for half an hour of his time. They then put questions to him. Leeds reportedly looking at Jan Fleming. What do you think? He goes, oh, that would be a great signing. They then make an article out of that. That then creates clicks and people believe it. That's how that works. So, shocked Paul Merson makes personal Jan Fleming's sales pitch to Leeds United. Paul Merson doesn't really care about Leeds United or Jan Fleming. He was asked a question and paid for it. So, the reports where that's coming from are Hounslow Herald, Yahoo Sports UK, and the Leeds Press, which is another aggregator site. So, they've probably took it from one of the others. So, I don't think it's got much validity to it. Do I think he's a good player? Yes. Would I pay 20 million for him? No. I don't think we move on Jan Fleming. Yes, BW Peters. And that's just me being honest. I'm not calling it. I'm just calling as I see it. That's all I'm doing there is just calling it as I see it. And I don't see Leeds United allowing Piroe to go on loan with a view to a buy and then paying 20 million on a player that we don't expect to start. It's not happening. It's not happening. So Jan Fleming's a no for me. Great to see you back, buddy. I've missed you on your streams. Thank you, Andy. Thank you. And it's great to be back. But yeah, so the Fleming thing just seems pie in the sky. I think Mills looks pretty cracking up top. Not sure how far off first team he is as backup. Yeah. This is from Isaac Johnson. Tarek Murmovic chat with reporters post Augsburg. Being convinced by Leeds United's project after presentation. Immediate bomb with Jacobi. All this has been reported by Isaac Johnson of Leeds Live. He must have done learning of fan passion from Okafor video, born ready for Premier League task. See what he's actually had to say on the presentation. I like that sort of stuff. So he was spoken to by Isaac Johnson after the game at Augsburg. He was the cameraman for Anton Stack. Is Jacobi all? Daniel Fark has his Welsh Warriors in Ampadu and Joe Rodon, or is it Joe Salah? But he also now has his Balkan Brutes in Muharemovic and Biol. Love that. The pair were born in Slovenia. Hard as fucking nails they are. He also, and I'm just thankful for him. Exactly. I'm just trying to find the support for one reason. Right, okay. The support was one reason why Muharemovic was so eager to join Leeds United. I'll tell you what, I'll share the article with you. I like to do that if I can. Let me have a look. Share a screen. There we go. And I'll just increase it. So this is what Muharemovic has said in an interview. The support was one reason why Muharemovic was so eager to join Leeds, but also the project that the 49ers laid out to him. The club showed really, really big interest, and that's what I loved, especially when they showed me a whole project, a whole presentation, how this club is, the history of the club, and what plans are for the club. So, I mean, what better can you have? So happy days. Playing 700 just about. I mean, we all know it's best the hardest league in the world. Muharemovic is pleased with how pre-season has gone. Brandon, his first few weeks at the club is amazing. How we train, really work hard every day. We know what to expect, and we just want to show our qualities, to show our best sides, and we go step by step. First of all, thank you for everyone for the messages, for the warm welcoming in America and here also. Let's march on together and hold on to that good luck for the season. So positive signs coming out from him, and the chatter around how we signed him and what you know got him excited to come to Leeds United. Obviously, the 49ers and Farker having a big pull in that is great to see. So yeah, it's happy days. Ipswich confirm Abdul Ouattara has joined from Strasbourg. Yeah. Do any of you expect the newly promoted sides to stay up? I don't give any of them a cat in hell's chance. Look up rumours on Jovan Makamar from Norwich, Joe. I'll have a look at this. Think people sleep on Metcha. Yeah, no chance, says Red MSI. I don't think so either, if I'm being honest. Can't see it. There are claims circulating today that Leeds are preparing a bid, and I've even found social media. Yeah, it's someone Instagram that's come from. Yeah, not yet credibly confirmed at that moment. Not at the moment, unless it was Fulham and Arbeloa, not the best transfer windows. Big up to Formula Sunny. I hope you're doing well, mate. It says, yes, Joe, mate, watching live, 35 feet in the air, feet in the cert en route to San Francisco after the 49ers. It's an awful deal, and West Ham just won't play him as obligation based on appearances, says Reles. I don't think that's true. And the reason I say that is because if it's promotion, I'll play Piroe. They're going for promotion, aren't they? So, come on. What about Musiala collapsing? I didn't see that. I didn't even know that had happened. Very thankful to Piroe, but it's the right time to move him on. West Ham is cracking move for him, 100%. Please don't put me in the final category, just like Fleming. A new member there from Keto, Made Simple 6991. I've lost quite a bit of weight of late as well, so maybe I need to get on the keto to shed the last few poundage. Healthy though, healthy. Gym next. That's the next thing on the journey, folks. I promise. Hench Wayman, Hench Joe, the Just Joe Hench show. That's the plan. We'll see. Piroe will smash it. I will say with Chess now, if he moves to West Ham, he gets 20 plus goals. Boom, done. Happening. Covent Ipswich both stay up. Never. Last season proves it's not just quality, but it was a bad season. Don't see why I don't see Coventry staying up. I think Frank Lampard's in the same bracket as Scott Parker, and they just don't have. Yet Leeds United, and I said though, I just don't. Sometimes it's a feeling. I felt us and Sunderland would stay up. I just don't see either staying up this time, but that's just my thoughts. That's just my thoughts. But listen, I don't want to ramble on too much. You've had me for 35 minutes. There isn't much more news we can talk about. Obviously, Bornauw, Elvedi situation sorted today. I'd imagine Perri won't be long after, and then we'll find out by this evening. I think we'll have a bit more news on Joel Piroe and what happens with him. Overlap saying if he keeps Cov up, he's getting England job. Maybe after Tuchel, maybe. They love that. They would love that. And so would fucking Frank Lampard. I personally wouldn't, and I'd be banging the drum to bring back Southgate if he got the job. Tell me, by the way, how different Tuchel's tactics were against Argentina than what? Right, we've got some more news on West Ham, actually, just looking on Twitter. If the obligation on Piroe is less than 8 million, I really don't mind it. He will score goals in the Championship. Outscored Isidore in the league when they were promoted. James Howcrey, done deal. West Ham reached agreement with Leeds for Joel Piroe following collapse of Troy Parrott deal. Leeds striker to join on initial loan that includes obligation to buy if player receives a certain number of appearances. Nuno keen to add attacking depth. That's from Roshan Sport, which is the West Ham athletic reporter, the West Ham correspondent. Yeah, so that's the West Ham official correspondent. So we'll give him a quick follow and we'll get some notifications on him just in case it does drop. But Roshan Thomas is saying that that's going to be based on appearances, which is what Matty told us earlier on as well. So big up for that, Matty. So yeah, watch this space then. Watch this space. Piroe will develop. Yeah, ignore that Max Aaron stuff with Ekran Kona. I just don't see it. I think we'll leave it there, won't we? So listen, enjoy the rest of your day. I've just been chilling all day. You know, since I moved into my new flat and getting out of treatment, I haven't stopped. I haven't had a day where I just... And today I did pop out this morning to buy some plugins because I love my plugins because I like it to smell nice. I haven't, and I nearly messaged this guy yesterday. I nearly give him some grief on Twitter because obviously it's... they're having to sell their state-of-the-art training ground, aren't they? It's up for 200 million or something. They're fucked. Yeah, it's funny, but I feel a bit sorry for him at this point. League One, club's gone to shit. And tell me who's having the better career now over Harry Wanks and Ampadu. We told him all this, though. We told him, yes, they will. I can't wait for them to be back. I'm just debating whether I do it here or I do it on my couch. I'm still undecided. I will get back to you on that. Who will be on the post-match live? Just me, Sly. Just me. Just me and thee. Just me and thee for a bit. Keep it simple. Don't overdo yourself, but great to see you back. Yeah, I hear it, mate. It's the only reason I come on is because we've had developments on the Piroe situation. I'm not just blasting everything like I did do previously because it wiped me out. I'm off for a chiller now. I downloaded that new game on PlayStation. You know, you get free games. I've just been playing that, so I'm going to do that. I'm having a chiller day today. If anything big develops, maybe I'll pop back on, but highly likely anything big will develop. Maybe see you tomorrow or Fruit Week. If I don't see you Fruit Week, I'll see you Fruit Window. Thanks as always for continuing to watch the show. If you haven't already, please smash a like. Subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit the notification, but don't forget to hype, become a member, support the channel in any which way you can, and I will see you all soon. Love you, man. Peace out.